Hey, how's it going there? I'm a local bug guy. My name is Matt, and we own a local company here out in Loxahatchee. We service also Royal Palm and Wellington. Our company is Pelican Pest and Fertilization, and I just want to hit you with 5 tips real quick of what's happening, or pests more likely to pop out as the spring is coming. You know, it's the 1st of May, so let's get right into it. So number one, we got a big one on our hands. It's subterranean termites. In South Florida, globally, they do a lot of damage. These are probably the most destructive things that there are as far as structures and wood. If you see mud tubes coming from the ground specifically, if you see a little 2-inch tube like near the top or something like that, you could break it open. Probably a mud dauber. You know, thankfully that's a good thing. They're not gonna hurt nothing. They're just picking up mud. Back to the termites. They might have the mud tubes all the way to the ground. It might be 6 feet. It might be all the way to your roof. There might be interior walls. Second, right now we're getting lots of calls for swarmers, so you might get these little black bugs. They only have a head and like the whole body is one unit. It doesn't have the 3 parts like an ant. There are swarming ants. But another thing you could do is see a bunch of wings. These guys are a little bit smaller. They're full black, and then they have white wings. It looks like they'll be coming out in swarms. If you have 1 or 2 of them, it might have just passed in like a fly. If you have a whole mountain of them, it's probably in your house or, you know, under your house. Another thing is hollow wood. If you're in the area, you could check it out. Moisture, where the AC units are, stuff like that. Make sure everything drains away from your house. You're not a source. Number 2, we've got ants. We've got all kinds of ants. We've got a bunch of calls right now we're getting in for sugar ants in the kitchen and the bathrooms. And, you know, there's a little bush out front with some white fly on them. And, you know, it's got a little sugar substance on there that collects all the dirt in the air. And that's what it makes that black look. But either way, the sugar ants are loving on that. Sometimes you'll come and treat them. They'll try to run inside. You know, it's hard chasing them around. You know, always never hesitate to call a pro. We got a bunch of fire ants popping out. Now we're about to hit rainy season. Whenever the rains are coming down, normally it's a sub ground bug, whatever. So normally they're under the ground a little bit. If rains and floods, they've got to come up, or otherwise they're going to drown. So you're going to see them a lot more climbing up fences, climbing up structures. Could be even coming inside the structure. You know, so just kind of be on the lookout. They're big, red, and they're coming for you. Another thing, number 3, we've got spider mites. They thrive in these hot, dry conditions. It hasn't rained. April was pretty good on weather. It was starting to touch 85, 90s, you know, something like that. It's pretty good for Florida standards, but no rain. So watch out for spider mites. They're infesting indoor and outdoor plants. They're feeding on the sap, causing striping or bronzing in the leaves. So if you see something happening, feel free to call your local bug guy. You know, hopefully us if you're in our area. Number 4, we've got cockroaches. Again, you know, around the structure, anything that holds a little bit of moisture, a little cockroach is going to go right up under it. We call these like American roaches. They contaminate food, spread disease. They're just found in moist environments. If you go outside, have a paver, you flip it over, almost guaranteed you're going to see a palmetto. So keep your house protected all the time. Number 5, we've got a kind of crazy one, is wolf spiders. You've probably seen these guys. You probably heard a horror story. Someone stepped on a spider and then 100 spiders went. All the babies go on the mama's back and feed. Kind of crazy situation. Either way, these guys are good hunters. So they don't have your standard web, stuff like that. More likely, these guys are going to be running down and chasing down their insects and mates in the spring. So you got to really be on your lookout for that. You know, if you want to try to reduce your exterior lighting, you know, make sure that you're not attracting all their prey, stuff like that, you know, that they're going to eat on, you know, you'll be in a lot better mood. So, you know, a couple bugs to look out for in May, you know, now that all the spring is coming, stuff like that. This is Matt with Pelican Pest and Fertilization. I hope everyone has a great day and something wonderful happens to you. Take it easy.